Hey everyone, I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Amanda.
And you're listening to the Happily Ever After podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode here at Happily Ever After. We're glad to be back this week. We took a week off, but it's because we had a lot of things going on, a lot of exciting things, good things. And of course, we always talk about our week and everything that we did, but there's something we did over the weekend that if you really want to find out what it was, you're going to have to check out our Patreon show. It's going to be on over there. We're going to talk about it once we get off here.
It's going to be a really good one. It's going to be like probably the best Patreon show.
Yes.
That we've had so far.
Yeah, and we haven't had many.
No.
But but I promise it'll be really enjoyable. I think you guys will love it and really enjoy what we talk about over there. So go check out our Patreon. You can find it in our show notes, or you can just search Happily Ever After on Patreon as well. As always, you can find us on YouTube. You may be listening to us on YouTube. You can find us on all of the other podcast channels. You know, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the fun places. You can check us out on Instagram and TikTok as well. Of course, all those at Happily Ever After. And then go check out our Linktree, and you can find some cool little items that we take on our Disney vacation. So I think that's about it. Oh, and of course, like every week, we love Apple 5-star reviews. So if you listen to us over there on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star review. That would be fantastic. It really helps us get our show noticed and moved up to the charts so other amazing people like yourselves can find us. So I think that's it. I think that's all we have for the first, right? Did I do all the little cleanup stuff?
That's all the housekeeping. Thank you.
All the housekeeping, all the mousekeeping. All right. So, you ready to jump in?
I'm ready.
Me too. Let's get on with it. What in the world did you do this week? What's going on in your world?
Well, what week are we talking about? Like the weekend we just had? Or do we start from Monday?
Well, listen, I was about to say, because it's actually been...
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. Well, you know what? We can... However you want to go about it. What's been going on since the last time we spoke?
I don't remember what we did last week.
Okay, whatever you remember, we'll just do that.
I have the weekend and then what's happened in the last 4 days.
I barely remember what's going on yesterday, so...
Yeah, I know. Well, we had another baby appointment.
Yep.
We got another ultrasound. She's head down, thankfully.
I don't know. Did we talk last time and say that?
I think we did.
Okay, yeah, that she was breech. Flipped back to breech, and now, she's head down again.
Head down again. But everything else is looking good. Jackson was good. He was so cute. The ultrasound tech gave him a picture of her fingers because we really couldn't see her face very much. And he carried it around the whole appointment and showed all the nurses. His little baby sister.
It was so cute.
So cute. I don't think there's been too much.
We've had Jackson's Wee Ball.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing that. He's been doing really good with that as well.
Yeah.
And
we had a good time at the library.
Yeah. What did he make there? Because
I don't know if we've ever talked about this before.
I don't know if we have.
So every Wednesday, our local library has a they call it a preschool story time, and it's a half hour. But our library does it different than the other libraries, even in the county. And it's not just a story time. We have tables set up. There's always a theme of the week. So this theme was a mooses, and Mises. Moose.
It's just moose.
Just moose. And we read books about moose. Which also sounds weird to us because that's Madison's dog's name.
Yeah.
Is Moose.
Yeah.
There's coloring pages, so there's always coloring pages and crayons set out for the theme of the week. You do the books in the theme of the week. You do a craft in the theme of the week, and then they usually do 3 to 5 songs. So Jackson and his friend are usually the ringleaders of the songs. They need to get their wiggles out, and so the librarian just puts on a lot of music for the boys to stand up, get their wiggles out, and then they can sit back down.
What are some of their favorites?
Oh, row, row, row your boat.
Yeah, that's number one. Yeah.
Hokey Pokey.
Yeah.
If you're happy and you know it.
Yep.
They like all of them.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. And the craft. I always like when the crafts are small. The ones on a big piece of construction paper are a little hard to display. But this craft, we made a little moose out of a toilet paper little tube. So it was cute.
That's really cute.
Yeah, it was really fun. We had a really good time. And then that was kind of it. The weather has been weird this week. It's been warm and then it's progressively getting colder as the week goes on.
Yeah.
Oh, we had tornado warnings this week.
Oh yeah, we did. It was a pretty bad weather week.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy. We don't really get tornadoes where we live in East Tennessee. We can get like the circulation and things like that, but it just never really touches down, thankfully. So we don't have to worry about that too much. But we got a lot of lightning, a lot of wind, a lot of rain. And it's just been kind of crazy. I think it's finally starting to settle down and temperatures are starting to calm down, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so the temperatures are cooling off, so we might have a pretty bad Memorial Day weekend.
I know, yeah.
Hey, when Noelle was here, did we ever talk about that earthquake?
We didn't. I don't think we did. No, and we haven't released that show with Noelle either, and that will be coming out later on. We talked about recording an episode with Noelle, and it's awesome. Cannot wait for you guys to hear.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Yeah, it's not ready to come out yet, but we had an earthquake.
Yeah.
A 4.1 or 4.2.
4.1.
Yeah, 4.1 is what they ended up measuring it at. And the, like, I guess, center of it, or where it, originated from, was like...
right underneath us.
Yeah, basically like 30 miles away from where we live. So it was really crazy.
It was crazy. So it was so weird. We were getting ready for the day, and I was in our walk-in closet that's attached to our bathroom. Mitchell was in the bathroom. Jackson was on our bed doing something he shouldn't be doing.
Yep.
He was jumping around and rolling around on the bed. So it's on the same wall as the closet. So I thought that the rumbling of my jewelry box that I was trying to pick out a pair of earrings from was from Jackson rocking the headboard against the wall when he's jumping around or doing something he shouldn't. I don't know what you thought. That's what I thought. I thought it was Jackson.
I'm going to be honest. And this kind of sounds pretty bad, but there's been a lot of issues with like flights and stuff here lately, and like a lot of crashes, unfortunately. And like we live right over the main line of air traffic. And I honestly thought an airplane was crashing. It sounds really bad, but I really thought it was something like that.
It was a pretty big rumble.
It was really big.
I think if we were downstairs, we would have been able to like see more or like hear more of like the dishes or the pots and pans and stuff. Noelle was downstairs by herself. She was waiting for us to come down.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jackson, and then you went running to the window to go see like what was happening outside. We obviously couldn't see anything
because I thought, I was like, is it a plane? And then it rumbled our building. I was like, it literally sounded like something crashed right next to our house.
It was like for a long time.
Yeah,
too.
It was crazy,
and we couldn't find anything online about it for like at least a half hour. And at first they were saying it was like a 2 point something, then it was a 3.6 for a while, then it ended up as a 4.1.
It was really crazy. I've never been a part of something like that. I
don't think I've ever been a part of an earthquake. I keep thinking maybe I have, like in Florida or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually been a part of one in Tennessee before, but they've all been so small that we've just not really noticed them. But this was quite big.
It was significant.
Yeah.
It was Noelle's first earthquake too.
She comes up here. She gets a lot of first of everything when she comes up here. So I didn't expect this one though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you can't see on what's going on, but we got a new setup here. How are you liking the setup?
It's so comfortable.
Explain the setup.
I am on the couch. Ooh. I've got a pillow behind me. I have a heat pad on my back. I've got a nice little blankie. You're on the love seat. You're all set up over there.
I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I know.
We've been talking about, because we've been doing it at the kitchen table since we started, and we're like, we eventually just want to casually get it over to the couch and just make it more relaxing and chill. And we finally started making our way over here, and we had the equipment to do it, and we just kind of made it work tonight, and it's nice. Yeah, I like it too. I mean, I got the computer on my lap. I got the little mixer to the side. A little cramped, but it's the first night. And I'd rather this.
At first, he was like, "So do you want the love seat?" And I was like, "I'm already plopped on the couch. You can just move everything around me. I'm not getting up."
Yeah, maybe next. I'm gonna have to just like plop and steal that before next time.
34 weeks pregnant right now.
Yeah.
You're not going to move a pregnant lady. You're going to need a crane at this point.
All right. I am researching where I can get a crane.
Oh, speaking of the baby, we also found out she's quite large.
Yeah.
She's 6 pounds already.
It's crazy.
So she's obviously measuring ahead. They won't change my due date. So we'll have to see when she comes.
Yeah.
But we call it my clinical due date is June 28th.
Yeah.
And the due date that we go by is the 21st.
Yeah.
But I guess like it's kind of like weird now to like talk about like the two separations because they really aren't changing it. I've had my growth scan already, so
just kind of is what
the
it
28th is what it is.
But you've been measuring early.
Yeah. She's not going to wait until the 28th.
I hope not.
Absolutely not.
I hope she doesn't come too early, but at the same time, I hope she doesn't wait all the way to the 28th.
I also hope that the 6-pound measurement is way off.
Yeah, like too much.
I know.
All right, so take your bets, guys. What date do you think our baby girl is going to be born? Make sure you think about it. Leave us a comment somewhere. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment there, or message us on Instagram somewhere. Just let us know what you're thinking. Place your bets now. So, anything else going on in your world?
No, not really. Just like baby prep and nesting and keeping Jackson happy and entertained.
Yeah, we've been working on spray painting that the baby changing table. Yeah, which I've got to do. Kind of forgot about that too. I've been pretty busy myself, honestly, with a lot of real estate. I mean, last time we spoke, I was working deals. I mean, I have 5 deals I'm working right now, and going to see some more houses, or actually tomorrow's seeing some land tomorrow. So it's a busy day. It's a busy time. I'm really, really happy with how things are going and that, and it's keeping our weekends pretty busy. Honestly, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what day of the week it is half the time. I don't know what time of day it is. It's just like it's constant right now, which is really good. So I don't know honestly, I think that's just mainly what's going on in my world is just work. I don't know if I've had time for anything else. Can you be my voice here, my brain? Have I had time for anything else? Has anything else gone on?
No, I'm also trying to stop myself from sneezing right now, so I'm not really paying attention. I'm trying to figure out how to like signal to you to be like, wait, I don't want to cut you off, but I might have to sneeze. It definitely went away, but it'll probably come back.
That's good. Well, I think that's it. I'm sure we do more, and if I remember more, I'll bring it back up probably. You know how I like to backtrack.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of the best at backtracking.
You're the worst.
What?
Because your transition is so rude. Like, every time, like, if we, like, go off on, like, a different conversation or something, he goes, so, anyway, it's so rude. And you don't mean to be.
No, not at all. It's
you, like, you can't, like, I don't know. Like, in the moment, that's the best you can come up with.
Yeah.
And every single time, I'm like, can you say that nicer, please? Like.
So, anyways, getting back on track. That's just it's my go-to. It's gonna be on my gravestone.
You need another go-to.
Well,
it's gonna get you in trouble one day, as if it hasn't already.
It gets me in trouble already. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, I think that's about it. We've had a busy. The biggest part of our past week again is going to be on Patreon, so make sure you check us out over there. So follow us there. Follow us. It's going to be an awesome show. I don't mean to sit here and repeat it, but we're really excited for that, so go check that out. All right, what's next?
We are going to talk about our upcoming Disney trip.
I am so pumped because we actually made some progress this week.
We made a solid plan this week.
We've done some planning already, and we've actually made an actual date to do more planning. So what does that look like? What do we do this week?
We bought our flights. So we bought our flights for everyone except the baby, which we were going to, I mean, she's going to be a lap infant. We were going to book her flight sitting on my lap, I guess. So add her to part of my ticket. But they wanted her name and her birthday. And I looked it up to see how easy it is to change. It is not. Like, basically, you can't. You're going to have to, like, cancel the ticket and rebuy it. And right now, the flights were so cheap. So we looked up how easy it would be to add her on instead of doing the whole canceling thing. And it's way easier to add on a lap infant than it is to change a name or a birthday. So that's what we did. So we excluded the baby from this trip so far. And then when she's born, we'll have to call and add her on, which is something we're going to have to make a big mental note of.
Yeah.
Because we are going to forget.
Oh, I'm going to forget 100%.
Yeah.
I barely remember. I just show up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay. Let's be honest. When it comes to our Disney trips, I do most of the planning with you. Like, it's you and I.
Yeah.
But this family, and okay, I was about to say I do all the planning, but what I was going to mean by that is this family relies on me, I mean that as in my parents and my extended family. They all rely on me to help make plans, book things when it comes to Disney.
Well, because we've been cast members.
Yeah,
You've been a cast member.
Yeah, well,
we have.
I was supposed to say, I was like, wait, did I miss something here?
No.
So, they rely on us in our expertise and all that. So we're just the ones that typically do it. But when it comes to remembering things like this, gone. I will forget.
Yeah, I'm usually the more like organized, like pre-planner, like that kind of person, the list maker. So of stuff we have to do, this is, I don't know how like important it is though, right? Like I know like you have to have a manifest, like a list of like all the people that are on the flight, but it's free.
Yeah.
To have a lap infant. So does it matter if you add her last minute? Like I'm sure they wouldn't like that, but like I don't think it would be that big of a deal.
It's like she's going to weigh hardly anything. She's not going to change much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. When it comes to flying, everything's so secure and this and that. It makes it so difficult. It's not an easy process anymore. That's for sure.
Right. I mean, it's like good that it's really secure, but
yes,
there's a lot that goes into it. Like we had briefly talked about like the stroller for this trip, and the stroller that we're bringing is going to have like 2 seats.
Yeah.
That pop off of the main, I don't know, frame of the stroller. And we have a stroller travel bag, which can hold one of the seats and the frame. So we're going to have to buy another, like, different type of bag for the other seat. Does the other seat also fly for free because it's a part of the literal stroller? It just doesn't fit in the travel bag?
That's a great question.
I know.
There's
it's a lot to think about.
So much to think about, yeah.
But technically, you're allowed 1 stroller per ticketed adult. So we can just call it its own stroller, even though it's literally just a seat to a double stroller.
Yeah.
It's all very complicated, guys.
It is very complicated.
We're going to have a lot of stuff this trip.
We are. And that's one thing we've talked about. We're like, I don't think we could have done, at this age that the baby's going to be at, which is going to be about 3 months, I don't think we could have done this trip alone.
No.
I mean, yes. Could we? Yes. But it'd be very difficult, and I think it wouldn't be as enjoyable. I just think there's a lot of difficulties that would come with this. So it's going to be nice to have family helping, but of course family coming and enjoying the experience too, but it's just definitely nice to have extra hands down there.
Yeah. Yeah, because we want to make it enjoyable not only for us, but for Jackson and for the baby. So
yeah,
there's a lot of like items, like physical things that go into that.
Yeah. Yeah. And with that, I mean, there's just so much that goes into planning. And again, I don't want to talk too much into this. There's a time and a place. I want you guys to check out the Patreon. I don't want to refer again over there, but check it out. We'll talk about a little bit more about some Disney things over there. But we are planning some more Disney talk. What, Monday? Is that it? A couple of days? Today's Thursday that we're recording this.
I don't know.
So when are we seeing my family again? It is Monday. Yeah, for
Monday.
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, yeah.
Yes. So we're getting together with my parents, my sister. We're going to cook out, potentially. It's probably going to rain all day. So I don't know. Maybe not cook out. Maybe cook out inside. Cook in.
Yeah, we'll see.
And we're going to talk Disney then. We're going to talk some of our plans, some of the things that we want to do, kind of lay out the day, and discuss like what that trip is going to look like.
We've already started our grocery list.
We have.
Yeah.
We have. And we've got to start our vlogs for that as well.
Yeah, we do.
So be looking out for that on YouTube.
Well, we have a hotel booked, don't we?
We do. We have our hotel
that and
booked.
The flights are all booked.
Yep. And we have our grocery list for the most part. Honestly, our grocery list is pretty well done.
Pretty much done. Oh, Not So Scary tickets came out.
Yep, they did. So we've pretty much decided we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We've really just got to book
Did park
those.
hours come out yet?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We're about 4 months away, aren't we?
I know. I can check. I haven't checked yet, so we need to take a look.
Okay.
I don't remember how far in advance they come out.
I don't know.
I used to be so on top of this.
I know. Shame.
I know. I need more time. So we'll check that out. But we need to do our YouTube vlogs, our planning.
Yeah,
So
we do.
we'll get that together soon. Anything else for an upcoming trip? Do you have?
No, that's it. I think we should go on to this week's Disney vlogs.
Yeah. So we just obviously, if you guys joined us, it's coming up this Sunday. You guys have seen it now. What happened?
What do you mean?
What happened in this vlog? What's going on in this vlog?
Oh, we have to recap from last week's vlog.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
That's why I was like, wait, what kind of transition is this?
This is why I keep you around.
Yeah, I know.
All right, yeah, let's recap. Do you want to do the recap?
Yeah. I feel like it's pretty simple.
Yeah. It was a part 2. It was a part 2.
Yeah, but it was a lot of entertainment. So we saw Boo to You, obviously. Yep. That was great. Such a good parade. We saw it on Main Street for the first time. God, I don't know if I've ever seen Boo to You on Main Street. Have you?
I will tell you this. I have seen Boo to You on Main Street. No, one time. And it was the very first time I went to Mickey's Not So Scary when I was younger. And we sat just a little bit further down, closer to the train station than we did this time. Also, I see that. The baby's moving.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like the baby's coming out.
I know. That was so intense. That was crazy.
She's like, knock, knock, let me out now.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, Boo to You, amazing. Amazing parade. I don't know if there's anything that really beats that
Yep,
parade.
so good. Jackson loved it. We did not get to see the horsemen.
Yeah.
Because it had rained.
Yeah.
I did really like the Goofy movie part that came out before.
Powerline was incredible.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was incredible. And Jackson got to go out there. They picked him out.
I kind of wish he went alone.
Yeah.
But he wanted me to go with him. I get it. I just wish he went alone. It would have been really cool.
Yeah, just see him.
So that was good. Hocus Pocus show. So good. As always.
As always.
Amazing. We met Moana and Jackson hated her. It was so sad.
I think part of the reason too was it was late. I think that had to do with a little bit.
I think he's more into Moana now than he was then. Like he knew the movie more then. Like he was more frequently watching the movie Moana then. But like there was something about her that night. He was just not about it.
Yeah.
She tried so hard because there was no one else in line. She was there all by herself.
Yeah.
She got so much candy from there too. She spent so much time with him, talking to him, trying to get him to like talk and laugh. And she was talking to me and like, man, Jackson would not budge. He was not having Moana. We got a lot of candy. We did a few treat trails. We didn't do too many. We did Moana. That was a treat trail with the surprise character meet and greet. And then we did the Diamond Horseshoe. That was a few. Wasn't it? Like 2 or 3 stops?
I feel like it was
in
like
the
2
Diamond
stops.
Horseshoe?
Yeah. I feel like 2 stops. I wasn't really paying that much attention. I was just kind of looking around at everything.
Well, we also met up with my friend who was working that night.
Yeah, that's true.
So we were talking to her.
Yeah.
I think that was it for candy, right? Besides like the first stop where we got our bags.
We really didn't focus too much on candy because we weren't going to give much to Jackson anyways.
We really didn't need it, honestly. No. And then we waited in line forever to meet Mirabelle and Bruno. Which
was our number one thing that we wanted to make sure we did.
Yeah, I think we got in line like 40 minutes before they started meeting. Something like that.
Yeah, it was something.
Because it was right before the fireworks ended.
Yes.
So we were running through and the fireworks were going and we're rushing and trying to get to the meet and greet. We were probably like the 3rd or 4th family in line.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Which, by the way, I wish they would maybe not bring back, but I'm not a fan of those fireworks. They're not
I really
great.
Don't like them.
The story is not great. There's nothing great about the fireworks show for the Halloween time. I'm just not a fan.
Hallowishes is so good.
Hallowishes is incredible.
And it's like strange for me to say like something like that because I'm all about like just move on, like things change. Disney's not like nothing in Disney is like nailed down, like everything is subject to change, like move on.
You just gave me that speech literally yesterday.
I did. It was yesterday. Yeah. But Oh man, the way that I'm not a fan of these fireworks. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
We've seen them so many times. I can't do it.
Yeah, same.
Hallowishes is where it's at.
One of the best fireworks shows.
Yeah. Mirabelle and Bruno were great.
They were fantastic.
That meet and greet I feel like was at like 10:45 at night. So Jackson was exhausted. He was not into it.
Which was sad because the whole way down there, he was obsessed with Encanto.
He had
and
like
Bruno.
a solid year, where all he would want to watch is Encanto. Like now he like switches it up like every week or 2 weeks. He like changes what his favorite thing is, but like Encanto was like what kept him going for like a year.
That's why we made it a priority. We
we have to, and especially Bruno. Like he loved Bruno. And the meet and greet, he wouldn't walk up to them. I had to hold him the whole time. Like I had to like speak for him. Like Mirabelle and Bruno were great though. They were so nice. But yeah,
they were fantastic,
it was a rough meet and greet with that kid. Like
a
little bit better than Moana,
but not much.
But not great.
Yeah, not his usual character interaction.
Yeah, and we like talked to him about it the whole time when we were standing in line and who we were going to look for and who we were going to what we were going to talk about and like nothing. He was so tired.
I think so moving forward for this next Halloween party, the way we're going to do it is meet characters first.
Early. Yeah.
That's our priority is go meet the characters, the main characters. And I really want him to meet Jack and Sally this year.
Oh my gosh.
Because
he's obsessed.
He's obsessed.
With Hoogie Boogie.
Hoogie Boogie is what he calls them. Yeah.
Is what he calls Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
and
like,
Oogie Boogie, obviously.
Yeah, he's like, I want to watch Hoogie Boogie.
Yeah, Hoogie Boogie with the H. And you can correct him all you want. That kid is never going to say Oogie Boogie.
Yeah,
it's Hoogie Boogie.
So that's the number one. So that's probably what we'll do first thing.
Yeah.
We'll just go wait in that 2 hour line.
We've learned a lot. Like every trip we like learn from the previous trip, like what we have to do.
I think that's the beauty of it too.
Yeah.
You know, you learn, you live, you learn, you experience, and
we're fortunate that we get to go so much.
Yes,
that we can learn from it and like make every trip better.
I would be so disappointed if I wasn't so fortunate enough to go as often as we do, and you put so much money and time and effort into this, and then things don't go the way you expect them.
Yeah,
it can be very frustrating, especially in that kind of heat. It could be.
I think that's why we
rough.
like to share so much about our trips. Like even like family and friends with like young kids or even just like adults who are going. Like we try to share our like biggest like tips, like what helps keep us going.
Yeah, and ours is, and that's the beauty of it too. Is ours is different than everyone else's experience, but hopefully our experience might help you out. So
after Mirabelle and Bruno, we were walking out. And we were about to go home, back to the Polynesian for our last night there. And I was dying to just see if the Horseman would come out again.
And the reason why the Horseman didn't come out the first time was
raining.
because because it rained.
You mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So I just wanted to see if it would, if the Horseman would come out again. It had been like a few hours, at least 4 hours at that point since it had last rained. So we stood on Main Street, kind of like just behind a few people. I held Jackson most of the time. Unfortunately, the Horseman did not come out. The Powerline show came out again. And Jackson was kind of like trying to watch it. But I had a feeling they were going to try to pick him out for the show again. And I was not about to run around Main Street again at 11 o'clock at night. So I told Jackson to rest his head on me. And they tried to pick him out. Granted, he wasn't the first choice. He was like the second or third choice. A bunch of other kids said no. And the guy was like, oh, does he want to participate? I was like, oh, he's sleeping. And like Jackson was like wide awake as could be, just like laying his head on my shoulder. So
Jackson probably was dying to get out there, and you
yeah, he didn't even want to do it the first time.
No, not true.
Yeah, it is. So we ended up staying to watch the whole parade because we stood there long enough and you can't not see Boo to You.
Yeah, we were like, why not watch it again?
Yeah.
And Jackson loved it.
Yeah.
And he got to see different characters. He's, different characters noticed him this time and waved, which was
and
nice.
we were on the opposite side of the street, so we got a different perspective. Oh, and we got him candy corn. Those little pumpkin Mickey buckets that have the candy corn in it?
Yeah.
They're like a Halloween staple in Disney, and so we got him one for the parade. So we gave him like 2 pieces because it was like 11:30 at night.
He loves candy corn.
Yeah, And then we went home on the monorail.
Yeah, and you guys look exhausted.
We were dead.
I panned to you guys on the monorail, and you're both like, I'm pretty much sleeping with your eyes open.
Yeah, literally. We were exhausted.
Jackson with his little yellow balloon.
Oh my god, he was so cute.
Yeah, so that was the previous video that came out last week. So this week's video that you guys just saw, and if you haven't, go check it out on YouTube. It just came out, but it was our next day. So I'll let you continue because we really start off with breakfast at Polly because you brought us breakfast, and to be honest, I remember what you brought, but I don't remember like the name of everything.
Yeah. So Jackson and I took a nice walk in the morning when Mitchell was getting ready and packing up everything at the Polynesian. We took a walk in our pajamas, and Jackson was so cute. I'm pretty sure he had on like his pajamas and sneakers. I want to say maybe his slippers, but I think I put his sneakers on him. He wanted to take his balloon with him, so we took his balloon for a walk. And we ordered from Kona to go. We definitely ordered the Tonga toast.
Yes, got to try that for the first time.
And I think we got a Mickey waffle platter. I think we just split that between the three of us.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Because the Tonga toast was huge.
Huge.
I think it came with a side. I don't really remember.
I don't remember now.
And then the breakfast platter we got was literally like Mickey waffles and bacon. But it was probably like 3 Mickey waffles, I think. So yeah, Jackson and I took a walk to the Grand Ceremonia house, picked it up, walked back, and then we sat in the room and ate our nice little breakfast.
It was delicious.
Everything was so great. Good.
Yeah. I've been wanting to try the Tonga toast, and it was amazing. And I want to say this before I forget it. I was packing everything up, and I left Jackson's hatch at the Polynesian. And I want to tell this short story, and it's a long story, but I'm going to shorten it. It's so frustrating. His hatch, it's a sound machine. We left. It was plugged in by the TV, and when we left, we got to the Bay Lake Tower later on that night, and as we were going to put him down, we realized we didn't have the hatch. We called over at the Poly, and literally the same day, and they're like, "Oh, what?" They said they couldn't check, right?
Yeah, they said they couldn't. They were gonna have to wait until the next day.
Yeah, because
the room was vacant.
Yep.
That whole first night.
The whole first night
that we slept at Bay Lake, it was vacant.
They said they couldn't check that night, but they'll check the next day. So the next day we go. We hear nothing, so I check when we get back to the hotel room that night. And then they call over there, and then they're like, "Oh, well, someone's already checked into the room now."
Yeah, so we can't go, which makes sense.
Yes.
Like, obviously, like, we can't go like snooping around their things and like taking something that might be theirs, thinking it's yours.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? You guys should have checked the first night.
They were supposed to check out the day that we were supposed to leave.
Yep.
And they apparently never found the hatch.
Never found it.
So we don't know where it went, who took it, but it caused a huge delay in
and we'll get to that. We'll definitely talk that delay.
And it took a long time the next night because you took a whole grand monorail tour.
Yeah.
To go over to the Poly and discuss all this. But anyway, that was like the worst thing that happened on this trip.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Which I think means we had a really good trip.
Yes, because the rest of the trip was amazing.
Yeah.
And then, so anyways, getting back on track, we checked into Bay Lake after we had our breakfast. Bay Lake was awesome. Check-in was easy. We actually checked our bags with Bell Services. And they told us there, which I didn't realize, but if you want your bags, they don't just deliver them to your room. When you get checked in, you go to your room. There's a button on your phone in your room, and it's Bell Services, and you call them, and they'll bring up your bag. So, still very simple, very easy. It's just not that you can't expect them just to take it to your room when your room is ready and drop it off. You just have to give them a little call. But they were nice. It's free. There's no charge. Tips are always very generous.
They came up so quick.
Yeah. Within what? A minute? 2 minutes?
Literally so quick.
It was ready to go. So definitely consider tipping them. They're very nice. They did a great job. So we got checked in, left our stuff there, made our way over to Hollywood Studios. And we went straight to Toy Story Land because we wanted to check Jackson's site for Slinky Dog, because that's all he talked about. And he was so close. He wouldn't stand up all the way. I do believe he was too short, but he was so close. So we ended up going over to Alien Swirling Saucers, which this is like Jackson's like underrated favorite.
Yeah, he actually really loves it. Like, he keeps asking, like, when it's over, he just wants to do it again and again and again.
And it's like, oh man. So we did that. We did Toy Story. Well, after that, we saw the Green Army Man. This is like Green Army Man are like your guilty pleasure at Disney.
I love the Green Army Men, and Jackson had zero interest this time. He was like, all done, all done. I was like, wait, they're so funny. They're playing such cool music. Like, can we just like hang out for a minute?
He's like, no.
No. He was done. Tough kid. Yeah. We stood there and watched them for a little bit.
They're a talented group.
Yeah, they really are talented.
Yeah. Then we made our way to Mania. Jackson and I rode together, and I was teaching him how to play. So he was getting better. He wasn't the hugest fan, but he was better and enjoyed it more this time than he did his first time.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's not really strapped in. And it slings you everywhere, and he has no control. So I think that's what doesn't make him feel that comfortable.
He also doesn't like 3D.
Oh yeah, that's true. So, but he left his glasses on this time.
Yeah, true.
So that was a huge advantage. He took a step forward. So, and then after that, we had lunch at one of our favorites, Woody's Lunchbox.
Except I think this time that we ate at Woody's Lunchbox was probably like the worst time I ever ate there.
Why do you say that?
So there was no seating. They had closed up all the seating to do the whole reconstruction or whatever of the area.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So they had a bunch of like standing tables. So there's no chairs. There's no shade. We like barely got under like a quarter of an umbrella. We were all melting. My favorite thing to get from there is the grilled cheese. And it just wasn't really great. It wasn't great. And it was too like heavy for like how hot it was. We just stood there like literally melting in the sun, eating a grilled cheese. It was just like, I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
Yeah, and that was our like recharging area too. We drank our liquid IV, and it was hot. I do remember that.
I feel like it was like a waste of a liquid IV because we just stood there like sweating it all right back out. Yeah. It was disgusting.
The sun said thanks.
It was terrible.
Literally. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I do remember.
So it was like my least favorite time I've ever ate at Woody's Lunchbox. And I feel like it also like it put like, not literally, but like a bad taste in my mouth for the Woody's Lunchbox grilled cheese, because I'm like, all I can associate it with is it being really heavy and really hot and just like not feeling great while eating.
Yeah. Well,
I don't remember what you got. I don't remember if you also got the grilled cheese or if you got the tachos.
I think I got the tachos. I love the tachos. They're delicious. That's one of my go-tos.
Those look really good, but I can't pass up that grilled cheese.
I know the grilled cheese is really good too, but tachos are like, also because I can have a body of grilled cheese, that I can get the best of both worlds.
You can?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's an advantage of being your husband.
Yeah, I guess so.
So after...
It's one of those, hey, what's that over there? And you sneak a bite.
I do that a lot, actually.
I don't give out bites of that grilled cheese to just anyone.
No, you really don't. Not at all, actually. After we finished Woody's Lunchbox, we took a walk around Galaxy's Edge, gave Jackson a little bit of a nap time. And Noelle was with us. Jackson knocked out. Yeah. Pretty easily. And then, so me, Noelle, and her sister, Jenna, went and did Rise of the Resistance.
It was just going to be Jenna and Noelle. Yeah. And I was like, Mitchell, just go. And you were like, are you sure? It was like, it was one of those, like, I didn't really want him to. No, I wanted you to go. I really wanted you to experience it. Jackson needed to nap anyway. Like, we couldn't really talk, like, because we were afraid of waking him up, you know? Yeah. So, like, but I also kind of didn't want to be alone, you know? Yeah. But, like, I was fine to miss Rise. Like, that's fine. But, like, I don't know. Like, I still can't decide what I wanted more. Like, if I really wanted you to go or if I wanted you with me more.
Well, you know what the good thing was?
What?
If I didn't go, then the galaxy wouldn't have been saved. I helped save the galaxy, so...
You're so right.
So, I mean, not to brag.
Right.
But I saved your life, kind of.
You did. So. Jackson and I had a nice walk.
Yeah.
Well, he was sleeping, obviously, but I kept trying to find like all these like shaded places where I could just like stop and park the stroller. And everywhere I went, like something happened. Like I went to the seating area outside of Pizza Rizzo, like right by that Muppet store down there. And it was great and nice and shaded. There's barely anyone around me, except all the chairs were metal, and the two families that were around me would not sit still and kept getting up and down. And so the metal chairs kept scraping against the ground. I beelined it out of there. I was like, see ya, Muppets, never coming back.
Yeah.
And then I went over towards Indiana Jones, right across from 50s primetime. Nice shaded bench under the umbrella, super quiet, no one walking around that area. Indiana Jones show starts. So I was like, see you never. So we got up and left, and then we went to the wall right before you get into Galaxy's Edge, like nice like shaded tree area. We sat there for a bit. It was like a little bit loud, but it was just like a lot of background noise. But I'm pretty sure Jackson woke up really shortly after that.
Yeah. Well, once we got our fries, we met up with you about that point. We all went to Muppets. Jackson's last time, our last time seeing
Jackson's
Muppets.
First and last.
Yeah. And
he hated it.
He did not like Waldo.
He hated Waldo. To be fair, I really don't like Waldo as a character either.
He was fine keeping his glasses on with the Muppets, but as soon as Waldo showed up, he was like, no,
done.
No, thank you. I was like, well, yeah, I kind of agree, kid, but you're gonna have to deal with Waldo just a little bit longer. After Muppets, though, we did Donald and Daisy meet and greet, and of course Jackson loves Donald and Daisy. And then we left studios, got on a Skyliner, Jackson's new favorite thing, and took it over to took the Skyliner over to Epcot. And as soon as we got off the Skyliner, who was there?
Daisy Duck.
And what did we do?
Oh, Jackson was like, Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. Like, he was like hopping out of his stroller. We had to like unbuckle him and get online so fast.
Like, we just saw Daisy. And he's like, yeah, but Daisy.
Yeah, I know. He just loves her.
So we went back and saw Daisy, of course. And he got to spend more time with Daisy there. And he loved her so. He loves Daisy.
Yeah. He loves the ducks.
He does. And then finished there and made our way to Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
And melted in the line in the outdoor queue.
Yep.
It was terrible. Do you remember that line? It was so bad.
It's so hot in that line. So hot. Once you get inside, it's like perfect cold.
We were even in like the part where it was like not fully shaded to begin with.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was down. That was the downside of that.
Such a long line.
Well, you know what happened after Ratatouille? Which, by the way, Jackson did pretty good on that ride too. He was okay until we start about midway through, and then we took the glasses off.
He gets scared when we start getting chased.
Yes.
So when that happens, he is absolutely done. Like, I think like it's like a scary-ish scene to begin with, and then like to add on like the 3D effect of it all.
Yeah.
I think once you go under the stove, it's kind of like all over.
Yeah. So.
And he won't put his glasses back on for the end, like to like see like the nice little calm stuff at the end. He's like, no, I'm done. I'm checked out.
Don't care.
Get me off of this rat.
But he does it again. I mean, he's that's what I love about Jackson is even some of the stuff that he doesn't care for, he still will do it again. And like, not that he is forced on it. We'll ask him like, oh, we're going to do this and that. And he ends up doing it again, you know? So, but yeah, so when we walked out, what was going on?
Oh, nothing. Just a midday torrential downpour.
That we did not see coming.
That's where you're wrong. So we're backtracking here, unloading our stuff at Bay Lake Tower. And we had our rain gear in our backpacks or whatever from the night before from Not So Scary, because it poured when we were at Not So Scary. And I asked Mitchell, hey, do you think we're all going to need our rain jackets today? And he said, no, there's no rain in the forecast. That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say, just to know that there would be a torrential downpour when we least expect it.
That's the typical Florida thing. You pack ponchos, it doesn't rain. If you don't pack ponchos, it's going to... It's literally... It's Florida. Like
It rained so bad.
It's crazy.
The sky completely opened up. So what did I make you do?
I don't even know.
You had to run and go get the stroller?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the stroller was not covered.
It was not covered.
Thankfully, it just started raining as soon as we got outside.
Yeah.
Like, we caught, like, it was sprinkling a little bit, and then the sky opened up, like, as you were, like, running back to me with the stroller.
Yeah, so got under the awning. It's downpouring.
Like, literally just at the exit of Remy's Ratatouille.
Yeah.
So we, like, weren't blocking away. We were just, like, under a really thin awning with a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, and then we were talking about it, and this kind lady next to us was like, here's some ponchos. I bought extra.
Yeah, she had a whole bunch of extra ones. So that was really nice. We were able to kind of, like, move on.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we always keep the rain gear for the stroller in the stroller. So we had that. So Jackson was covered, literally.
Yeah.
And then we had our little ponchos, which was so nice that the lady let us borrow. And we got to move on.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's it of that part of our Disney trip. Because then we have it split up.
Yeah.
The rest of our Epcot date you'll have to check out next week. You have to check it out on YouTube. We'll have our premiere next Sunday. And then you'll be able to check out our podcast the following day on Monday to see again what we did. Because it's Food and Wine Festival. And we got some amazing food.
Oh, yeah. It was
And
so
I
good.
cannot wait
We really
to
planned
recap.
it out well.
Yeah. I cannot wait to recap.
So delicious.
I'm going to have like a snack while we recap that.
I know.
So that is it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's nice to be back. Sorry we missed a week. It's for good reasons. So make sure you go check us out on Patreon and you can find out that reason. But as always, we really appreciate all your support. We appreciate you just even listening and joining us every week. Make sure to check us out on all our social media. You can find that in the show notes below. You can leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That would be phenomenal. I think that's it. Do you have anything else?
No, I think we're good.
I think so too. Hopefully we'll see you over on the Patreon show. If not, we'll see you next week.
One.
See you there, or see you guys next week.